This warm spell of excellent weather can only mean one thing for us. The carp fishing season has begun. In all the years we've been angling, we haven't actually set our minds to this technique, but I reckon, Magnus reckons, that it's the time to do so. When we go out tomorrow, we don't know what might happen, we don't know what we might catch, but what we do know, however, is that more carp are on the feed.
The first thing we have to consider is where we want to fish today. The fishery owner told us that the Syndicate Lake is fishing the best out of 5 in total. So we've picked the lake, but the only thing we have to do now is find a spot. There aren't too many features here other than the shrubbery on the margins, so I think this is our best bet to start the carp fishing season.
I think that in order for this day to be successful, we need to keep to the basic tactics, like feeding little and often. It's still quite early on in the day though, and me and Magnus are both fishing a bog standard pellet rig, but if there isn't much action anytime soon, we'll happily diversify to boilies or sweet corn. In all fairness though, I don't think that will happen. It's a warm day, the wind's blowing in our faces, there are loads of fish rising, and I'm feeling confident.
The venue we were fishing at was known as Gold Valley. We actually filmed our third video here about linear carp, but this time we're targeting something a bit bigger. Whether ledgering was the right way to go, or if none of the carp were feeding off the bottom, we just had to see. Nice start to the session. When I lifted it up from the water, it just shone silver and I knew it was going to be a beautiful fish. So we'll release it now and get back to fishing.
In all the fisheries we've been to, we've learnt not to change our swims too much, always feeding them constantly. Pre-baiting before we cast out like this had the very simple objective you might expect. Fish were biting and we wanted some more.
Yes, I'm on! No! I was pretty gutted about losing that fish, and a few minutes later even Tom lost one. Not a breakage, but a dislodged hook.
After reeling in my empty rig, I found that there was still hope, for caught on it were 2 large common carp scales. In knowing this, I put out a heavier, more bulky rod, and our confidence grew. So I guess we'll just have to keep trying. There are obviously carp around in that area. So yeah, I guess it's trial and error.
Oh, come your one!
Well, it's taken us a couple of attempts to get what is an absolutely gorgeous fish. A beautiful mirror, the middle rod shot off, and we've landed ourselves with this. I'll give the rod to Magnus now, so he can get one of these. You know, I think that's my biggest carp.
I literally said I want to catch a big fish. This is a much lighter rod, so it's not surface, so we don't know. It's about to surface now. This is the fish I was after. From Syndicate Lake, this is absolutely brilliant. From any lake, I don't really care. It made a really good fight as well, and it's just so nice.
That's good.
I love it. I love it. Yes.
Well, it's been quite an eventful couple of minutes. I had my pristine mirror, and Magnus had that amazing common.
So we are taking turns on the middle rod, and at the moment it's Thomas's go, because I caught that BEA beautiful fish, and my fish was bigger than Thomas's.
It wasn't. Anyway, all the 3 rods are on boilies just because the people around are using them. The fishery owner recommended them, and we've caught 2 fish on them. So we've still got 4 hours left, so hopefully, yeah.
Get some more fish.
The last one, but hey, it's another mirror, and a gorgeous one at that. Again, lovely colours. Oh, look, I just love carp so much. Oh, it's a nice mirror. Is that a linear? Oh,
6th of the day.
as we expected, the cool evening air brought more carp down to the lake bed.
Oh my goodness me! The rod absolutely ripped off. I think we got that on camera, the bite. Can't wait to see what the results of this beautiful fish is. My arms are aching from holding this. It's absolutely huge. The bite ripped off completely. I love this fish. I love it so much. I'm in such a good mood. Oh my goodness me.
But we didn't expect, however, that it wasn't one of many. Time absolutely shot by, and it was only a few more minutes until we had to reel in the rods.
But as they say, all things must come to an end. For now.
And it turned out to be what feels like a very nice fish. Yes, look at this fish. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm struggling to hold this amazing common. As I said before, yeah, about a second to go, I was about to draw in the rod and boom, it went off and we have landed ourselves the last fish of the day, but what a cracking one at that.
In short, we think there's potential. We went out to Gold Valley to catch some big carp, and now we have done so, we want to taste for more. We want to see more, we want to do more, and we want to catch more.